Hey, this video's for Bill Maxwell. Hi, Bill. We talked on the phone the other day about using a capo to make things easier on your carpal tunnel, trying to avoid using a bar chord. Here's our bar chord for G. Okay, and so we can play it open down here, the regular, what you call an open G, in the first position of the neck, down like this, like you usually, if somebody just handed you a guitar and said play a G, probably you would play something similar to this. People call it the bird chord. You know, you can make it any number of ways, but so all the open strings, the thing that is the same. The idea behind the capo is actually a movable nut. This nut that defines where all the strings come across, down here at the very beginning of the neck, that's what our capo is going to mimic. All right, so we'll put our capo on up here. Now the song that we were playing was in the key of B, and your question was because you can't play a bar chord well because of the physical limitation, the disability of your hands. How would we do that? Using an easier chord form besides a bar chord, so you don't have to be pressing with this finger. And this capo, of course, is our solution. And so we come up and we put, to be in the key of B, we put it on the either G sharp, considering the tonality of the top or bottom string. The frets aren't actually named, but this would be the first, second, third. This would be the fourth fret where we would place the bar across. Our fake bar, which is a capo. Now we can play the G chord in this position, the same kind of position we play a G chord in the neck, except although the form, and here are the two distinctions. There's the form of the chord, and we call it the form because it's made like a G chord, exactly, right? And you can just transpose your different chords. And that's what we've done. We've transposed up, pretended that our nut from the guitar neck is now up here, or as though we've tuned the whole guitar up. And of course, all we have to do is just take a second, put that across there, and boom, we're ready to go. Now, let me show you several cool things. Here's the song. Okay, so there you're using G, E minor, C, and D chord forms, right? G, E minor, C, and D chord forms. But you're actually playing, of course, in the key of B, which is the key the song is in. So it makes it very easy. Now let's say you wanted to play in the key of C. You just go up a half step, right? I mean, you do that with any place on the neck you want to go. If your top bass string up here, if you use that as your guide, then whatever tonality, see the tonality right now, because it's on the 5th fret, is that this I'm going to mute all the strings except for the top one. The E string is actually playing the A note. And that's how you figure out, which chord positions. So if we wanted to play an A chord here, instead of playing an A chord, open A first position, we would actually play an E first position down here on the neck as though we were playing an E. But up here, the E actually is, it's actually an A. You know, so what's happening here? All that's happening is the capo is replacing the bar, right? There's the A. Or however you make your A. So, but it doesn't just stop with using the note names on the first string. Let's find someplace else to play B, okay? Another place that we can play B, think of the other ways of making the bar chord B. Down here, you bar these three strings, the bottom string, here's B as your bass chord, as your bass note rather, this chord. So it's really like an A barred. So let's put our capo on down here, and now we can play an A form, not an A chord, but an A chord form. And these chord forms are all of your basic ones that you learn when the strings are open, when you have the capo isn't here, and you know, this is a G, this is a D, this is a C, this is a F, you know, this is a B, you know, all the whatever your open chord forms are there at the beginning of the neck. When you use your bar, just think of those. Find out which one. Here we go. We're still playing in D. All right, there's the. See, there's our, remember, G sharp minor, then to a D, then to an E chord form, right? E chord form, although what it's actually playing is an F sharp. So if it's easier for you to play the maybe that's an easier way for you to bar there instead of having to pull hard like that. That's sometimes is an easier way to fret that, just to show you putting your top finger on the top and then muting the one in the second string down, string number 5, and then 4, 3, 2, and 1, just let it ring open like that. Sorry, I know I'm not very much of a guitar teacher, not very much of a theory teacher, blah, blah, blah. But just to show you how sweet this is, now we're down here playing our song, Won't Be Me You're Burying, right? Now, what's the cool thing about that? There's another way. You know, we can go up and we could find where a different set of chords would also work with a bar on another different place up here somewhere. The point being, each one of these has its own special timbre. It rings its own certain way. That B is sonically different from that B is sonically different from the B that we get when we go up to use the G form to play a B. See, that has a whole nother different set of strings that ring. Now what you do then, as you're recording, you go through and you play one track, you play the chords with the capo here. You play another track maybe with no capo. You play a third track with a different inversion of chords, you know. And the spice that you can blend in between all three of those sonic scapes provides, you know, more interest for the listener. So I hope this helps. As you can tell, I'm not a seasoned pro at the video production zone yet. Maybe one of these days, but I'd like to do, you know, a quick 2 or 3 minute tutorial or explanation or whatever about anything that anyone asks. If I have the time, I'm more than willing to, because I've had to change kind of my structure of my life altogether, you know, has changed. And so that's put me more in a situation to have time on my hands to work indoors and to be more involved in people's lives than to be out running the roads. No longer a road warrior, and I have mixed feelings about it, but I'll tell you honestly, the only thing I miss is the paycheck. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for listening. See you later. Bye.